Okay, I have high hopes. All right, so let me get into the game here and bring you up to speed. Oh, you know what? I forgot to. I actually need to start the proxy. Anyway, so let me bring you up to speed while I'm doing that. Then, so been working on trying to get infinite health so that we could basically just withstand an endless onslaught of bear attacks. As we do. Let me fortify my font size here so you can see what I'm doing. Not that it really matters. Um, anyway, and I've been barking up that tree for like three days now, probably like 8 hours total or something like that. Which, when you're trying to do other jobs and produce the videos for this course and a bunch of other stuff, I don't know. That's not an insignificant time investment for me. I wish I had more time to devote to it, but I don't. I'm sure that if I did, we'd eventually figure it out. But as I said in my previous video, if I couldn't make that work by the end of Wednesday, then I would hop in here and starting on Thursday, just work on uh, cheesing the geometry, which was our clue from the CTF. All right, so that's what I did this morning. I started plugging away at it, and long story short, if you recall, um, many videos ago now, when we first set up our TCP proxy here, we noticed that we could, and with Wireshark as well, by the way, we also used that. We were able to see the data that was being sent. We noticed that the data was consistent depending on precisely what was happening in the game, and we noticed that there were packets that were being sent that contained information that were prefixed by, that seemed to be location data. And at the time, I messed around with that a little bit to see if I could teleport just by sending those commands, and it turned out that didn't seem to work. Well, through the course of experimentation over the few days between then and now, I learned that the reason it didn't work is because it did. We did teleport. The problem is that there are two locations. There is the location of our actor, our player character, and then there's the location of the camera. And essentially, what the prefixed locations are is the location of the actor. And by actor, I don't actually mean the physical model, I mean the indicator of where our player is standing in the world. So essentially, what I'm saying is that we can teleport our character without influencing our ability to move the camera and our model, which is really weird, right? Let's get into the game and I'll explain as we go rather than doing it here. And I'm going to run down here into the Pony Express where the bears can't get me, because every once in a while a wandering bear comes and gets me there. Alright, we're going to turn our music off because I just can't stand it. I mean, it's great music and all, it's cool that it's in the game, but super annoying and super loud. Alright, so, and remember, if we go back to the olden days, we had the proxy script here, and we had found an area. I think this was pre-written. I don't think we did this ourselves. I believe that this was pre-written. I think I live overflow did this or something. Anyway, so we had this ability here to basically send commands to either the server or client, right, whichever direction we wanted, and then we would, idea being that we would be able to enter in commands in their hex format. They basically enter in those data strings, and it would do what we wanted it to do. And we did have some success with that. We ran into a couple of issues with apparent server-side validation on certain things, but other than that, seems to work okay. So, all right. We also had a parser script over here that would print out our location. Now, let me hop down here and you can see all of the prefixes for the data packets that are being sent. So we have position, jump, weapon change, etc. All of the data packets start with this. And we were able to, using the parser script, print out those things, the strings, essentially as we were moving around. So we could basically print those out, and when we move forward, we would see those data packets change, and when we move back and so on, it would influence the string itself. So and essentially what we can do then is we can take one of those strings, we can send it to the server, send it to the client, whatever, and it would then send the command as if it were coming from the game. And I've already lost the plot. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. So long story short, using the ability that we had in the proxy script to give us feedback on our location, what I did is I ran that, and then I went over into the Unbearable Woods by the bear chest in order to get the approximate location of the tree. What we want to do is we want to teleport the location of our character, even if it's not the location of the camera. We want to teleport that inside that tree so that the bears can't get us. Now, what we should see, if this works, and I've only just tested it, so I don't actually know if this will work or not. This might be a giant waste of time. What we should see is that no matter where our model is standing, wherever the camera happens to be, the bears will be facing towards that location in the tree. They shouldn't be able to shoot us with their AK-47s because we have the tree model in between us and them, and so this ought to work. Now, rather than just sending this command to server, what I did is, it's going to be a little more complicated than that. What I did, and I can't remember, I think I might have had this for a while. This code here was in one of the files that I had with the game. I might have picked it up somewhere, or I might have written it myself last year or something like that. I can't recall. I wish I had, and I can't. I'm not going to assume that it's mine. I may have picked it up somewhere. I wish I could give credit if that's the case, but I'm afraid I just don't recall. In any event, we have this code here. When we type in the command unbearable, what it will do is it will set the quest boolean to true. It will start a 5-minute timer, which is the timer on the chest. And this location here is essentially the data for the location inside the tree. So what it will do, I'm gonna have it continually repeat that command, just to make sure that I want to know that it's still running. What was I doing? Yes, yeah. Okay, so then it will iterate through until the timer runs out, and when that happens, then the quest state will be set to false. It will break the script, which maybe yeah, we'll break it. That's fine. And then we send to the server. So in the meantime, however, we're sending in the command in the server queue. And basically continually teleporting our character to that location, just because if we move or something, then it's going to want to update that location. Okay, so what we should see then is in the game we are going to run over to the location, and then we are going to run that command. As a matter of fact, I'm going to type that in now, so that all we have to do is hit enter in order to send that to the server. And hopefully this will do it. Now our model, and what is, so this is, I'm going to go in third person mode so we can see what's happening here. Anyway, so, I forgot what I was going to say now. Okay, I'm actually going to thin out the bears on the way, just because I want to make this, I want to give myself the best possible, I want to give myself enough time, basically. I probably should have turned off the auto loop. You don't want none of this, bear. You don't want none of this. I got an AK-47. Notice that the drops seem to be pretty random. I'm pretty sure I got a Glock 17 when I was messing around yesterday. So apparently drops are super random, and the table contains objects. Oh, that's right. And then we had a drop a couple of videos ago where it actually dropped the ice spell. Okay. All right. Now I will try to send that. It broke. It doesn't seem okay. I got a problem with my script. I probably something. Still haven't gotten a shotgun yet. Apparently that's a thing. Get out of here, bear. All right. Let's. No, it didn't break. Probably have a problem with. try not to lose track of the bears here. Let's go back to the script. I got a mistake in this somewhere. Is it my... Yep. I wonder if I'm gonna have to break the proxy and reload. I don't know if I have this. I know that I can update the parser. I think I'm gonna have to break the proxy. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're logging out anyway. Let's test it out here before we make the thing run it all the way. Okay, I should probably go with this. Lay down here for a little bit. All right. Don't have game servers defined. Thought I had that defined, but I accidentally cut that. I've written and rewritten this script here, this part of the script, at least 24 times. At least. So I might have messed something up. I did something I shouldn't have. But all right, stick. I think I got it. I apparently at one point had some server array, or maybe I don't remember what I was doing, or maybe that was part of something else wherever I got it from. But just got rid of the for loop. It's not really necessary. There's only one server here. That so okay. Now I think we're ready to go. Variable, get that in there. Hopefully there won't be any problems, but I guess we'll see. There's always problems. No point in getting upset by it. Zow. Alright. I keep saying that I should get my speed hack back because this sucks, but oh, I got another G17. Yeah, I see the drops are weird. Whatever drop tables there are, it's got everything on it, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna hit the chest, and then we'll hit the command, and then we should be good to go. Alright, looks like it's sending. The bears are still attacking me, though, so clearly something is going wrong with the sending of the command. So let's... Yep, here come the bears. So it's printing the command. It must not be sending it to the server. So I must still have a problem with that part of the script. Either that or this is just not working. Really possible. Them all. Lambs to the slaughter. Poor bears. They don't know any better. They're just bears. Oh, how? What? Oh. Pretty sneaky, sis. Alright, let's get back down in my hidey hole and see what's going on. First, I think I'm going to do away with... I'm just going to actually just wait for the timer to run out to at least see if the timer is working. I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to let this run down here in my hidey hole for probably like another 4.5 minutes and see. Just I want to make sure that it breaks when the timer runs out. I want to make sure that that part of it's working. Made some changes to the script, which I'll show you in a sec, assuming it works. But the timer did trigger. It did break the script when the timer went off. So I have gotten rid of the break because now I know that it works. I've replaced that with a print just so that I can see in the console that it is done. I also am not having it send the command anymore because I'm feeling pretty confident that that part of it works at least. So I think let's give it another try. Get back over there. Whether or not this will actually work, honestly, I have no idea. I know that teleporting the camera worked in a proof of concept. Possible that I'm doing something wrong, although the adding the command to the print server queue is precisely what I had done in my POC. So maybe a problem, perhaps, with iterating through, but all right, let's start that. Okay. Just going to stand here at the edge. I see that, so the timer did start. I see that we're getting our feedback for the server queue, which is exactly what we wanted. Okay, we got an error here that caused us to die. Exception, and it's possible we're sending too fast and we're overloading the server. Let's fix that. No, I'm gonna have to start over again. Well, anyway, I can show you the changes to the code now. Anyway, let me get my terminal back up so I'm ready to go. Font size. All right. So the changes that I've made let's see. I decided to change the variable from quest to bear quest just because I'm guessing I'm going to be doing something like this for other quests as well, so I want to be able to easily determine. Rather than having the print in the while loop, we now have just a timer started. And I've also moved the if game server running in the loop. I moved that to above the timer if loop just because it made more sense to me after taking a look at it. Rather than breaking the script now, we'll just print that the timer is done. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase this time to sleep to, let's see, should we do by a factor of 10 there? Because I think we're sending too fast. Let's save that, and let's start up and get back in the game. Looked promising until that point, but we didn't really have a chance to see how the mobs would interact because I didn't see any bears coming up after us. So unbearable. There's a floating tree right there. Oh, I am down to 18 frames per second. This is. Wonder if you can even see any of this that's happening right now. Oh, whoa, did that just come out of nowhere? You know, I'm beginning to suspect, in terms of the drops, that they're not by item. I think that they might actually be different addresses to a loot table. And each different address equates to a different loot set, I guess. Alright. Start up. Flame out this time. I'm going to stand well back here and wait for the bears. See, We do have the commands queuing up at the server. That's actually a good thing. We want that. We just don't want them to queue up too fast. It's still too fast. Okay. Well then. Let's see. Well, I mean, hell, let's, go big, I guess. I mean, worst case scenario, we don't send it often enough. We'll at least see that it's working, and then the bears will then turn on me, and then I'll die. Which is fine. I die all the time. I've died before. I've died 1,000 times. Okay. Get back in there. This time I'm going to hit I'm going to go in my hidey hole over here. The bears literally cannot go down the stairs. They can float up here, but they can never make it down here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll do another test here. I'm going to actually start it here, and we'll see if it breaks again. I'm going to let this run either for the 5 minutes or until it breaks. So I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me watch this. So I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, well, no progress, but I got an update. It turns out, I guess to explain what I did, I kept increasing that timer until I got to a full minute. So a full minute between successive commands being sent, and it was still resulting in the crash, which it's not the server crashing, it's the script. It's something to do with the script. Anyway, so what I did is I then eliminated the loop entirely. I just sent the command one time, and as you can see here, still getting the same result. So this is not an issue with the script dying or an issue with the commands being sent too quickly in succession. This is clearly a problem. Okay, it's not clearly a problem with anything, but I believe that the issue might be, I think maybe we're just too far away from the camera location. I think that's what it is. Let's do this again. I've been testing it by running it just like right outside the Pony Express, right where you spawn in. I think I'm going to wait this time, and I'm actually going to... I don't know, I have my doubts about this, because when we were trying it before, we were right in that area. And caused a problem. I am gonna... So yeah, I don't know if proximity really is the issue. At this point, I'm choosing that path because proximity merely has a certain amount of truthiness to it. I also noticed that when I would run the command over here by the Pony Express and then enter the woods here, there were no bears. So that's what's leading me to believe that it might be a proximity thing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to aggro a bear, and if this works, the bear should turn away from me and start heading in the other direction. The bear disappeared. Oh, okay. The bear disappeared. All of the bears disappeared. They disappeared because they are instantiated when we arrive in a location. They despawn when we leave a location. So they are despawning because they believe that we are not, our character is not in this area anymore. I wonder if maybe did I get my location wrong? Like is my location just really messed up? I think that might be it. Let's do this again. But this time I'm gonna rerun our location. Save that. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that I've got my location string correct here. Because if I'm sending the wrong location, I mean, that explains everything here. I don't know how I would have made such a mistake, but I have made mistakes before, and I've made mistakes bigger than that, and I would not put it past myself. I'm just going to get over here by the tree. Okay. Tree. Okay. Okay. That might be it. I think my string is messed up. It looks like I might have grabbed something else. It seems like it's too many digits, because it should be each location data starts with this prefix. So if we tack that on there, just gonna back that down a little bit. Oh, delete, delete, delete. Yeah, I think my location's wrong. I think that's it. Let's try. Let's take this string and I'm going to get this out. All right, so that will put me right. Sorry, I'm getting a message from somebody just a sec. All right. Sorry, this is forked. Let's start this one up again. As a person who is not terrifically social, I do not like getting messages from people who just want to chat. Not that I don't like chatting, and it's not that I don't like them. I just do not like to socialize. And especially in the middle of the day like this, because usually I get in the office and my head is down. Oops, I forgot to comment that out, but that's fine. I just want to trigger a command and see if this new location helps at all. We haven't died yet. I also don't see any bears. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so then it wasn't our string, it seems. Get rid of that again so we don't have the noise. Did I forget to save this? Is that what I did? I might have forgot to just save the script there. I might have just done it dumb. I don't know. This is what happens when I get interrupted. Alright. Play game. Next. Again. Just gonna send it. That string does look more like what we're looking for. The bears haven't despawned, but the bear is also coming right for me. So, okay. Okay, I think maybe I need to go back to continually updating it then. I think that's probably why I did that. At this, let's go back here, and now let's try this again. Let's go back, and it's timer back on. If here, and let's try we'll put this back at its original value, and okay, I think that does that. Saved it. Okay. Start it back up. I'm gonna make this font size a little bigger so you can see a little better. There we go. I don't know how I got that first string that we were sending before. I have to check. It's gonna send it and see what we get. Queuing up. Continually. Bears are still there. Aggro one. Okay, I think it's working. Because normally the bears aggro at least this close, and it's not aggroing, and I think it's not aggroing because it thinks my actual location is in the tree. Yep, yep. Look at that. He's going right for the tree. Cool. It is working, everybody. It is working. Now I'm probably still in trouble because the location that I have here isn't inside the tree. It's actually just outside the tree. If you recall, when we picked up this location, we were actually touching it. So, but still, let's do it. And I just want a proof of concept. If the bears swarm that location, which should be like roughly like right about here is where we were standing when we picked up that location. So if the bears swarm to this location, then we know. Okay. It didn't seem to trigger the. Okay, I'm pressing the button. It's not triggering the thing. Okay. Well, let me wait for the timer to run out, and then we will. Then the camera should restore its position. Everything should be fine after. And then let me zap a bear while we're waiting here. And aggro a bear and see if it comes for me or if it goes for the tree. It seems to be going right for the tree. So it's working, but it's also where are they going? What the hell? Where are they going? Okay, there we go. Did they just get hung up on a rock? Okay, something weird is going on here. The bears are going crazy. They're going for the tree where I was standing, but they're going in a really weird way. Oh, bears are coming. Okay. I can't actually hit the bear. Okay, so there's doing damage to me. Oh, he did do damage to me. Oh, can't tell what's going on here. Why are they there? That's not the right place. Okay, so it's working, but the location's not precise. Okay. We have progress. We are now so close because I'm the whole tricking them into thinking I'm not standing where I'm standing is working. Now I just need to get the location right for the inside of the tree. Now I think that this, and I'm going to let this run until this. Here, I'm going to respawn. Oh, I can't respawn because things. That's okay. I'm going to wait for that timer to run out anyway, just to see what happens. And while we're doing that, let's go back over here. Now, this previous location I got, I don't remember, again, where I got it from. I might have done this calculation like last year. I might have gotten this from somebody. What I do know is that it is definitely too long. The location seems pretty close, I guess. Okay, all right. I just need to get the right string. I just need to get the location for right right inside that tree. All right, I'm gonna wait for this timer to run out just to see what happens, and then see that's the other thing is why did it trigger? Didn't start the timer until the bears were in the thing. You know what I'm gonna do? No, I'm not gonna make any changes. We're gonna try this again, but this time I'm not gonna start the. I'm not gonna run the command until after I trigger the chest. Yeah, and I want to see what happens. So let me. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just exited, but okay, whatever. Let's kill the script. Get in here again. Okay. Trigger the chest, then run the command. Get the command ready. Not going to execute it yet, though. Yeah, the whole infinite coins thing was a good idea, but it seems wholly unnecessary. There's just so many pwn coins. Okay, let's see what happens this time. I'm going to trigger it. I'm going to walk somewhere off to the edge, just as I tried before. Okay, triggered it. Edge. Run that command, and now see what happens to the bears, okay? So the bears are coming. Here they come. You know, if this is working, I should be able to leave the circle without problem, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's working. The bears are going again to that spot. Oh no, they're coming after me? No. They're going to a completely different spot. Oh. Is it not updating fast enough? Because it did detect that but it was a good couple of seconds later. I mean, what do I have it? Oh, I didn't save it. Oh, I didn't. I didn't make any substantials. It seems like it's going plenty fast here. I mean, we are flooding this thing. Um, damn. Okay, I guess let's try setting it even faster. I guess. I have to wait for the timer to run out, but I'm not gonna do that. Oh, and okay, now I gotta restart the client because I borked up the UI. Alright, let me do that. I'll be back with you. Okay. Deal with the music again, because that's what we gotta do every time we start her up. Now enough time has passed that I can no longer recall what I was going to do. Oh yeah, that's right. I increased the time. Now it's sending much, much more fast. Much more fastly. Oh, and the noise that you're seeing there, I turned on the feedback for actor health. Because I haven't exactly given up on my previous idea. I feel like infinite health would be a good way to go. And now that I know that I can update certain values, at least by sending them to the server, may be able to get around that whole server validation thing. It's unbearable. Stop. Do and run it. Okay. Here comes the borrowers. They're just sending that location like a madman here. That bear seems to be coming for me. That's not good. They're attacking. Yep, they're attacking where I was. So, it's working, but it's not. It's clearly not a speed issue because we are definitely sending that super fast. Definitely fast enough. Okay. Oh, man, we're so close. We're so close. But I'm going to have to spend a little more time working the kinks out. And try and figure out how I got this previous result, which I mean, maybe I never got this working. Maybe I never got it working, and I just gave up, and this is what I ended up with. I don't know. It's gonna take some more time. All I can say. All right, let's get back to it.